Hello everybody, let's get started. First, I want to thank you for your persistence and bearing with me. Now the question is, why are you still with me after the last video? Maybe you understood that the last video was meant a little bit sarcastic, but now the question, why do you still follow me? Do you follow me because I hype high XRP figures and that's really the dream of you? Or do you trust my research, my calculations, that those figures could be valid? Now with this video here, I wanna try to show you, I wanna bring us back to the overall picture of Ripple, the company itself. Vision, I've talked about that in other videos, about how vision, strategy and operations kind of work together within a company. The vision is usually something which sticks for over years. The vision of Ripple is to create the Internet of Value. Now, what does it mean, the Internet of Value? Let me try to break that out a little bit for you. So far, in terms of globalization, we had two revolutions: the shipping container and the internet. The shipping container basically standardized on how we ship products. And in the PDF I supply in the description of that video, you can check that out yourself. I have added some links where you can read upon it. It's basically like that after 5 years of introducing the shipping container, trade has improved about threefold, 3 times more trade. 20 years after the shipping container has been introduced, global shipping and trade has increased 8 times. Okay, so that's quite some number. Now the second revolution, the internet. I couldn't really find figures of the current increase, like from when it started, 1995 up to now. I found research done by McKinsey, I think 2011, and they stated that in the last 5 years, so from 2006 to 2011, the internet accounted for 20% growth of GDP in developed countries. Okay, 20%. Now, if you're a bit into economics and you have been talking to bosses of enterprises or to financial officers in enterprises, they are usually already happy when they increase their profit by 1, 2, 3%. So imagine how much that figure relates when you can propose to your company, let's increase our revenue by 20%. Okay, that doesn't really mean you make 20% more profit, but anyway, it's a huge number. When we talk about the Internet of Value, I'm thinking that it will have the same effects on global commerce, on the increase of GDPs worldwide, as the shipping container and the internet itself had. It's the lubrification of the existing system. It will make possible fast, cheap, ubiquitous movement of money, same as we move information or goods today. Okay, when we talk about lubrification, think about a race car running around 500 RPM, and then you tweak the engine such and you lubrify everything, and after that it runs with 20,000 RPM. That's the kind of movement of the improving of the worldwide economy, we can expect. That's my big vision. But now let's talk a little bit about individual effects. In the PDF I have added 3 bullet points, if you so want. Who knows? No one knows what the effects will be. We can only think, imagine, think big, think bigger. Let me give you examples. Today, in terms of XRP, actually, there have been going around many rumors that it may be added to the SDR, special drawing rights from the IMF. If that'll be the case or not, it's not really important. What I'm trying to get to is the underlying thinking behind that. Everyone knows that the world debt is huge and is growing year over year. Now, why do we need debt? Why do we need to get a credit from a bank? Let's think about a new company who wants to start building products. They will require some money for machines, for salaries for employees and stuff. Then they will start producing the products. And then they will start selling their products. And the return of that money will even come later, after, I don't know, 2-3 months later. So the company will require a certain amount of liquidity and to be able to maintain their business, actually, okay? And this initial liquidity they usually cover with the credits. But as we all know, when we talk about debt and credits, there is interest rates. We make banks richer. Now when you think big, we could think of a future where the requirements for debt is much lower, thanks to high liquidity across the world. One thing could be the elimination of the Nostro accounts. That will have a huge injection of liquidity on its own. Another could be that the invoices could be paid much faster. I mean, think about hypothetically that basically money always, not just in one payment, but every time you pay, the money would flow immediately. Okay? So basically try to really open your minds. Right now in Switzerland it's like that an employee gets usually a monthly salary. Now why is that? Why don't we get paid daily? Because it's a pain to administrate, because it costs a lot. But in the future, in 15 years maybe, could be that we receive basically our salaries on a daily basis. That's the kind of big thinking I'm trying to get you involved with. Think big, think bigger. I think most of those cryptocurrency, specifically XRP holders, they're just in the game because they want to make a profit. Sure, me as well, I want to make a profit. But as well, I really think big. I really think big. I have sometimes ideas which other people just think crazy. I mean, another thing is the monetization of the news. In Switzerland, basically all newspapers are kind of going bankrupt. There is consolidation over the place. Like 15 years ago we had in each state in Switzerland, we call it canton, we had almost an own newspaper just for that state or canton. They are being concentrated, and in the meantime we have maybe 5 big or even 3 big newspapers left in the whole country. Why? Because most of the people are consuming their news over the internet. And the current model is that we're bombarded with advertising. This will change in the future. There still will be advertising, but the monetization of web content will progress. Coil, kind of like a split off, I don't know how it's called, split off company from Ripple itself, is just one example, and I think there will be other companies going into similar directions, help lubrify the current system of finance. Okay? And with that, I wish you a nice day. Enjoy, and thanks for your persistence, for your confidence in me, for the trust in me. And if you still have doubts, please do your own calculations on those figures I provided in my last videos. I'm open to discussion. I try to answer as much or as many comments I get on Twitter or on YouTube. Please don't be angry with me if I miss one or the other comment. I'm getting more and more comments. Could be that I may not be able to keep up with answers to each and every comment.